Hi, boys and girls. I hope you're having a great day. I'm going to read a book today with a special friend. Who is this? Anybody know who this is? He's a bear who wears green overalls. I'll give you a hint. In the book, he's missing a button. Maybe you've heard this book before. It's Corduroy, right? This is Corduroy. Corduroy's going to help me read the book. And the author and the illustrator of this book is Don Freeman. He does both jobs. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost the button to one of his shoulder straps." So one of these buttons had popped off. See in the book? Over here, his button had popped off. Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. "I didn't know I'd lost a button," he said to himself. "Well, tonight I'll go and see if I can find it." Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and he began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto, do you know what this is called right here? It's stairs that move. They sometimes have them in airports or a really big store. We don't have too many in Maine, but do you know what this is called? It's called an escalator. Can you say escalator? It's kind of like excavator, but it's escalator. Escalator, and up he went. Could this be a mountain, he wondered. I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there before his eyes was the most amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "Well, this must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." He wandered around admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And up he crawled onto a large, thick mattress. All at once he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my button," he cried, and he tried to pick it up. But like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. See, he's trying to pick up his button. It's not his button, though. It's on the mattress. He yanked and he pulled with both his paws until pop! Off came the button, and off the mattress, Corduroy toppled. Bang into a tall floor lamp, and over it fell with a crash. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going about his rounds on the floor above when he heard the crash as he came dashing down the escalator. "No, now who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody's been hiding around here." Who's hiding? He flashed his light under and over sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all, and there he saw, just like this. See his two fuzzy ears. One, two. There he saw his two fuzzy ears sticking up from under the covers. "Hello," he said. "How did you get upstairs?" The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm. He tucked him under his arm, and he carried him down the escalator and set him on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and other dolls. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store in the morning, and there, looking at him with the wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he'd seen the day before. I'm Lisa, she said, and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I saved up in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home. Shall I put him in a box for you? The saleslady asked. Oh, no, thank you, Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. And she ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs. That's a lot of stairs. And into her family's apartment and straight to her own room. An apartment is where she lives. Some people live in apartments. Some people live in houses, right? Some people live in trailers. We live in different places, and hers is an apartment. It means there's lots of little houses all in one big house. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed, just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like the enormous palace in the department store. Well, this must be home, he said. I know I've always wanted to live in a home. So Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap, and she began to sew a button on his overalls. She found him a button, and she sewed it back on, a button. I like you the way you are, she said, but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened. You must be a friend, said Corduroy. I've always wanted a friend. Me too, said Lisa, and she gave him a big hug. She gave him a big hug. Do you think he was happy at the end? Yeah, I think so too. He was very happy he found somebody. So Corduroy says he hopes you have a great day and you stay warm because it's really cold out, and he's happy he's inside. Okay? I hope you guys have a great day. I miss you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.